Hello, and welcome to Minisode 27. Wow.
Wow. These are racking up.
And this time, talking about another mundane topic, as we
So
always
rude.
do. And it's, queue lines and fast pass, fast track, whatever you want to call it, whatever it's called in your region.
Yeah, and also virtual queuing,
Yes.
which is the same but different.
The same but different.
Yeah.
Where do we start?
What's a fast pass? Go.
No, you know that.
Okay. I feel like there's different levels to it though.
Sure.
The standard one is like you pay whatever £10 to skip the queue. So there's a separate queue and you go fast track.
Mm-hmm.
But then isn't there different kinds as well?
So there's different variations. And we have to be making a video about this, this. Not
really?
Not kind of about this. It's one of the topics that feed into the overall topic of the video.
Right. I feel like we always choose the same topics.
So Andrew's neatly put it down. There is physical open time fast tracks, there's physical assigned time fast track, and there's virtual assigned time fast track, right?
Wow, yeah.
So your physical open time is, let's take your Merlin Parks where you buy a fast track.
And it's like a little paper ticket,
That's
right?
not true, actually. Let's take your Cedar Fair Parks, right? Or your Merlin Parks to a degree. So you buy a fast track.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a time attached to it.
Yeah.
And it'll probably say, or some of them say, you can ride this ride as many times as you want at any point in the day, and all you got to do is go in the fast track queue line.
Wait, as many times as you want?
Some of them are you can ride this once at any point in the day.
Yeah, that's the ones I knew about.
So Cedar Fair, their one, which I can't remember the name of right now, is any time. So you buy as many numbers as you want,
however much, and then you can ride that one ride as many times as you want.
Yeah. So the fast lane will have a handful of the big roller coasters of rides, but not the best. Fastlane Plus has all of them.
Okay.
So then
this is where it gets so expensive.
Exactly, yeah. It racks up. It really does rack up.
And like at the Merlin ones where you pay for the top ones, like every ride unlimited, and it's like £200.
The same thing, right, as that. There's different tiers, and every time you go up a tier, there's either you can ride it unlimited or there's more rides on there. Mm-hmm. So that's physical open time, where you have a physical thing.
Yeah.
Well, no, not a physical thing, but
a barcode, basically.
Well, you just join the queue, right? You join the queue at any point in time, and you get let straight in.
Yeah, the physical bit is you are in the queue, right?
Yeah, you're in the queue. So it'll be a fast track queue or a fast lane queue or whatever you want to call it. A separate queue line that goes either directly to the station or to a point in the main queue. There's a merge point.
Oh, yeah, I
very
hate
close to the station.
Point about that is, do you remember we didn't pay for fast tracks, but at Disneyland Paris when we joined Indiana Jones, and the quick queue like joins up at the most annoying point of the normal queue line, and you'd still have to wait ages.
Yeah, you do, don't you? You don't even save that much time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So same with Tower of Terror because of how the pre-show works. Yeah. You still have to queue ages afterwards. But yeah, I mean that's how all fast pass systems work. Well, depends. But yeah, that's physical open time. And there's physical assigned, which is your single ticket Merlin ones. So you want to go on stealth, you buy a single fast track for stealth. It'll say join the queue between 12 and 1 or half 12 and 1.
Yeah.
And then you have to join the fast track queue roughly at that time. Yeah. And then you'll get straight on.
That's the same with like Disney ones that aren't paid.
Yes.
They'll give you a time to come back.
It basically is. So the new system, Disney Fast Pass Plus or something, so I don't know what the name of it is, something like that, is ahead of time you can book 3 rides that you want to fast pass on, and it'll give you an assigned time for each of those rides. And then once you've been on all 3, you can get another one. Yeah. And that's all on like an app that you do it. You don't have to go to the things anymore. At certain parks, it's like Disney World, for example. Yeah. It's all on an app, so you can get it well in advance, so everyone rushes to get the best ones.
But this is free, right?
It's free. Yeah, it's
free. Which I think is really good.
Yeah, it is. It is because it lets everyone can benefit from the system. Yeah. Which is a very good point.
And in a way, it benefits Disney more because instead of everyone being in a queue, like physically in a queue, they're like maybe eating, buying stuff elsewhere. Yeah. Spending more money.
This is true. But that also comes down to some parks purely can't handle that, and we'll get into that a bit later. But yeah, that's the physical assigned time. So again, you have a time that you join the physical queue and you get let straight on. And the final one is virtual assigned time. And a few parks use this.
Yeah.
Six Flags and Legoland, actually, or at least Legoland Windsor does. So the Six Flags Flash Pass, see, loads of different names. Fast Lane, Fast Pass, Fast Track, Flash Pass. It's all going. So this allows you to wait. So you have like a little device. Mm-hmm. And on the device is the wait time of the ride. So you want to queue for Six Flags goes to that. I just can't think of any right now. Can you think of a Six Flags ride?
Nope.
Why can't I think of
Fury
one?
3
No.
Intimidator something.
X2. You want to wait for X2. There's one. And it says 2 hours. And you go, geez. Right? So in the lowest tier, you will virtually queue for this ride. So you hit queue. Right?
Are you paying for this?
Yeah, you hit queue and you'll be waiting for it, but you'll be waiting for it virtually.
Yeah.
And then when your time is up, you will go to the fast track lane and get straight on the ride. Mm-hmm. But the tiers will knock off how long you have to queue. So the lowest tier, you queue 50%. So if X2 was 2 hours, you'd queue an hour virtually. And the top one is 90%. So
wow, that's actually really good.
If the queue was 90 minutes, you would wait 10.
Yeah.
You know, so if the queue's small, 45 minutes, you wait 5 minutes. No, I did that wrong. No, I didn't.
Anyway, you get the picture.
Oh, I got it wrong. Yeah, that was wrong. It was bad maths. I should have said 100 minutes is then 10 minutes, so then 50 minutes is now 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at Six Flags, the highest you can do on a fast track is virtually queue for 90%.
I think so. I obviously
10%
we haven't
even.
been, so yeah, I think that is the case. But 10%, not many rides will go up that long. Even 10% of 2 hours is just over 12 minutes. So
which is probably just enough time to walk there.
Yeah, so it's not exactly a big deal. You virtually queue for one, and then once you get on it, virtually queue for the next one while you're riding this one.
Right. Okay, I see.
Because we used to do that, didn't we? When that
the trial at Thorpe Park.
Yeah, we would do that. So that was basically the same system actually, except you have to queue the actual full length of the queue virtually.
Right.
So then, but because the queues were so short, we would fast pass the queue using the virtual system, then join another queue.
Yeah.
By the time we'd got on the ride and got off the ride and walked over to it, it was time to get on it again. Mm-hmm. So
it was very good.
It was very good. We got on loads. But those are the different types. Just to let you know, Universal uses a system of some description.
Wow.
I don't know. I think it's just a normal.
All the facts.
You buy it kind of deal.
Yeah.
And you get on straight away. Yeah. So that's fast tracks. Obviously, as you've mentioned, a bit controversial really in the whole world because there's a disparity between people who have money and people who don't.
Fast tracks annoy me because they're really expensive, and I just think it's insane that you'd pay that much, especially as you probably, if you're just a normal person, have paid £50 to go into the park in the first place. Why are you then going to spend another £200? Like, I just can't imagine in my brain how many people they're actually getting to buy these things.
People will do it though, for sure.
But how many people?
I don't know. I met more people than you think.
I get it for
I think
people who go to, say, if we went to Portaventura for the day and thought we're only here for one day, we're not going to be able to come back for ages and we have to get everything done. So we'll splash the cash to get on it.
I feel you're still looking at it from more of an enthusiast perspective. Look at it from the perspective of the average person.
They can't be bothered to queue.
Yeah, because does the average person care about getting on every single ride in that park? Probably not. Maybe, but probably not. Do they care about getting re-rides? Hell no.
No.
So then the only reason is they don't want to queue.
Yeah. I remember when I was like 13 and we went to Alton Towers for the first time and I didn't ride anything. But Mum and Dad bought the fast track pack kind of thing where you get like you got 2 people on Oblivion, 2 people on Air as it was then, and Nemesis, so like 2 people on everything, and they kind of like swapped in and out. And they only got that because we were there for one day and they were like, the queues are so long that if we don't get this, we're only going to get on like 2 rides. And at that point they weren't expensive, they weren't too expensive. No, I think it was like
probably even 50 quid or something.
So
yeah, well, this is it. People will pay. I don't know who. What are people's thoughts? People love the Disney Fast Pass because they can just get it for free. Yeah,
I think if you're gonna do something like that, you need to offer it, especially Disney, where the price for the ticket is insane. You need to offer like a free. at least one tier of free stuff, and then you can pay for additional extra stuff.
Yeah.
I think at least like virtual queuing should be free, so that they can just free up.
Loot Thief spoke about Leesburg system, which we've never actually used, but it's very good. You order your ticket online, and you can select 3 attractions to skip the line at any time.
No way.
Just as three free fast tracks, basically.
Wow.
For any day.
That is good.
Yeah, it is very cool. And then people mentioned, Sammy mentioned Europa Park, which has no fast track system at all. There's nothing. There's only normal queues.
Why is that?
Just the ethos of the park.
Wow.
And I tell you now, he says no system at all. Everyone waits in standby except those with disabilities. This way, everyone is at the same level, and there's no way for people to pay their way to get a better experience. So yeah, and you know, I've experienced this myself, and Europa Park is really good with capacity and getting people on the rides. But when you take away the fast track line, the lines move. Like, they move properly. Yeah. Always. That's true, actually. Every single major coaster we waited for, you would stop for like 5 seconds in terms of you physically stop in the queue, and then you'd move again, and then you stop, and then you move again. Just because it's always, you know, they're not batching people, they're not letting a different queue come on. Always the main people. Because
often, like, a third of the train is like fast track or disabled people.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, one row should be for disabled people, but that's only like probably 20% of the train at maximum. But then when you add all the fast track things on,
and we went on a decently busy day to Europa Park, and the main 3 coasters queues were never longer than half an hour.
Wow.
You know, I just think sitting in a half an hour queue, fine, really. You don't really mind that, especially when it's moving. Yeah. You know, so yeah, but not many parks have that. Like, no parks have that.
I think you either, and this sounds really stupid, but you either do that or you have it all virtual. Can you imagine if everybody had an app and you couldn't just join a normal queue, and then basically the queue, people would only be able to enter the queue when they were allowed to,
when their time was up. Yeah.
So then people could do what they want as well.
The problem with that is, as soon as you take loads of people out of queue lines, your park feels much busier. Yeah. So places like Thorpe Park, where they're pretty small, and when the park feels busy when it's not even busy. Yeah. If you took everyone out of the queue as well, it would be hell. Places like Alton Towers, where when it's not very busy, it feels like a ghost town. Perfect. You could probably have a system that has no one. You'd have to, and as you were saying, you know, people would then be in shops and in restaurants, and the parks would probably have to up their capacity to deal with people in shops and restaurants by opening more, say. But it's a system that could work in some parks for sure. But
London Resort could do it because they could build from the ground up.
They could. I don't know. Yeah, it'd be cool, wouldn't it? To only virtually queue. Yeah, would be really good.
You'd have such a bad day, because a lot of people mentioned this, which I only knew about because I started watching Disney vlogs the other day. But at Volcano Bay, the Disney, what was the word?
Universal water park.
Sorry, yeah. Disney's the other one.
Yes, there is no queue lines.
They have little
wristbands,
watches.
Yeah.
And that works really well because the pools are so big that, like, everyone can just chill in the pool and it wouldn't be that busy, but then you're all waiting for your slide on your watch.
Yeah. And when the slides have really tiny queues, you don't have to do that. You can just walk up to it. Yeah. So, you know, you're not just having to book every 5 minutes for something if there's not on there. You can just walk up to it. But yeah, there's no or very little queue line. Yeah. So you're just not standing around. Water park's different to a theme park. Theme parks, I don't think a lot of them would work. What's there to do?
Exactly, and I think that's the point. You'd have to design it.
Yeah, with that in mind.
There's so much to do.
Like shows and stuff as well, or just interactive elements, I guess. Yeah, definitely.
Because they're built at the moment to the point where, like, probably half your day is spent in a queue.
I mean, I'd benefit from it personally, just filming everything. Yeah, you know, true. You don't have to queue, then you can film loads more, which is very handy. But
I guess people would get bored just sitting around. But I really hate queues, so...
You get used to them. I don't know. If London Resorts ever does get built, especially with what's happened now, perhaps that is something they'll consider. Building more, or at least on some of the major rides. Not every ride has to have a,
No, the small ones, it won't really matter.
The big rides are kind of the ones that get massive queues are ideal, aren't they? Really for virtual queuing.
Yeah.
But yeah, the interesting.
I love a virtual queue though.
We haven't really experienced many though.
At Disney, it was very good in Paris.
Oh, you mean just at the
fast
tickets?
track timer?
Yeah, it's not a virtual queue, but yeah.
In a way, it is though.
It's not. I guess in a way.
Okay, well, I love booking a slot then.
Yeah. You love being able to just turn up at a certain time. Yeah. No, I agree. And then the one, a few people have mentioned this, and it's a problem with quite a few parks who have or operate a fast track system that's paid for. So an example is Portaventura or Fuji-Q Highland. The fast track is cheap, which means everyone buys it.
Oh.
Which means
so it's pointless.
The normal queue is huge,
yeah,
and the fast track queue is big.
Wow.
So if you don't have fast track, you wait in a stupid line. If you have fast track, you're still waiting what you would normally wait at another big theme park.
Nah,
so
don't
it's
like
lose for everybody.
That's really dumb. Why have they not removed that already?
Because they probably make a lot of money from it, don't they? If everyone's paying
just
50
add a
euros
bit to
more.
The ticket.
Yeah, this is it. It's stupid.
It makes no sense.
So, but yeah, that's the thing. And apparently at Fuji-Q Highland, no one rushes to get on the rides at the start of the day. They rush to buy fast tracks because there's only a limited amount of them. So, yeah.
It's just backwards, isn't it?
It is backwards, yeah, for sure.
Wow.
So, no, I do appreciate parks that offer fast tracks but limit them severely. I think the modern parks are okay at doing that, I guess.
Well, I guess their prices are so high that it limits the number of people who are willing to buy it.
Yeah. So, and parks that also don't allow people to fast track their new additions, or at least not on the lower tier prices.
Yeah.
Again, Alton Towers, for example, I don't think Wicker Man is on the fast track unless you buy the gold one, which is something like £80.
Yeah.
And that's one ride on everything at any time. So that or above, where you can buy the unlimited one that's above that. But
isn't that such an insane price?
Yeah. 80 quid.
That blows my mind.
To ride everything once.
And you haven't even bought your ticket in yet. I can't believe it, but I guess in a way it's good because then our queue times are shorter.
Yeah. But, I mean, you might as well just go on a dead day.
Yeah.
Is 80 quid worth it? Book a day off work or something. I guess something.
This is for people who money is no object.
Yeah, this is it.
Doesn't matter.
This is it.
Oh, to be rich.
But there you go. That's fast tracks. I don't know. I feel like the best system is no fast track system. Easy for everyone.
Yeah, but doesn't always work that way.
No, when you get to Europa Park, I think you'll be impressed with what they got. Until you realise that every single ride is an advertisement for something, and then you go, hold on a second. You don't need this money. Why are you spending so much?
Well, they don't.
Why are you earning money from all these advertisements
because
that are really bad product placements?
You know why? Because no one's paying for fast tracks.
That's true.
That's where the money's from.
That's why Gazprom.
That's why. Oh my god! Do you know what it's like? Instead of paying for an app, you're getting a free app
trial.
With adverts on
That's
it.
That's what Blue Fire is.
That's what's
sponsored
happening.
by Gazprom, a dodgy Russian energy company.
I can't believe it.
You're getting a free trial.
You are.
Of a crap roller coaster.
And you have to look at an advert.
You have to watch this Russian energy company say we're really nice, even though you know that they're not.
See, how do you feel now about Europa Park?
You suck. Awful park. Can't believe it. Giving us free trials. That's a joke. I do like it. It's good. Yeah. Except for the fact that they put product placements everywhere, which is bad.
Yeah, but
there you go.
No fast tracks.
You win some, you lose some.